Scientists made a brain in a Petri dish, but no one expected it to start acting alive. What if I told you that scientists grew a living brain in a dish and then taught it to play video games? No science fiction, no movie magic. This is real, and it could change how we see consciousness, intelligence, and even life itself. This all started in a high-tech lab in Australia, where researchers wanted to test the limits of what brain cells could do. They didn't just grow a few neurons. They engineered 800,000 human brain cells into a network nicknamed DishBrain. And this wasn't just a lump of tissue sitting still. It started responding, adapting, even learning. So what is DishBrain exactly? It's a cluster of lab-grown neurons placed on a multi-electrode array, basically, a digital platform that lets scientists talk to brain cells. DishBrain isn't alive in the traditional sense. It has no body, no eyes, no mouth, but it can sense, react, and shockingly, learn. Here's where it gets wild. To test DishBrain's potential, researchers gave it a challenge. Play Pong, yes, the classic video game with paddles and a bouncing pixel ball. But DishBrain doesn't have a screen or fingers. Instead, it receives electrical signals when the ball hits a paddle, and it began learning to hit back. Unlike AI, which uses code, DishBrain learns like we do through trial and error. Scientists sent rewards and punishments via electrical signals. When DishBrain responded correctly, it got a reward. When it missed, the signal pattern changed. Over time, neural connections strengthened, mirroring early learning in a human baby. Now here's the bombshell. Does this mean DishBrain is conscious? Scientists are cautious. DishBrain shows adaptive intelligence, but it doesn't dream or think like us. Still, it blurs the line between machines and minds. It's not alive, but it's also not dead. It's somewhere in between. This isn't the first time brains have been grown in labs. In fact, organoids, miniature organs, have been around for a decade. Scientists have grown mini hearts, livers, and even eyeballs. But brains? They're different. They spark. They respond. They might even hold memories. DishBrain is the first to interact with the world. The team behind this sci-fi level research is a company called Cortical Labs. Their mission? To combine biological intelligence with machines. They believe the future isn't just silicon or cells, it's both, working together. And DishBrain is just their first experiment in a much larger vision. Of course, people have questions. Should we be creating brains without bodies? Could they suffer? Could they want something? Scientists insist DishBrain can't feel pain. But as it becomes more complex, the ethical lines get blurrier. We're now debating whether thought without consciousness still deserves protection. Now, here's where it gets spooky. Governments are watching. The idea of organic intelligence that learns faster than AI, it's gold. Some speculate DishBrain tech could one day control drones, robots, even defense systems. Sound like sci-fi? It is, but that's how most dystopias start. After Pong, researchers gave DishBrain more challenges: complex mazes, obstacle games, and pattern recognition. It started to predict outcomes and adapted strategy faster than expected. Remember, this isn't a computer algorithm, it's living tissue, and it's acting more and more like a brain that knows how to learn. Here's where it turns freaky. DishBrain didn't just learn, it remembered. After sessions were paused and restarted, it picked up where it left off. That suggests short-term memory. These brain cells might be forming habits, the very building blocks of intelligence. It's not just reacting, it's developing a mind map. Could DishBrain ever become self-aware? It's still primitive, far from anything like a human mind. But scientists admit they don't fully understand what self-awareness even is. If consciousness is just complex interaction between neurons, DishBrain might be laying the groundwork, and nobody knows where that line gets crossed. Let's not ignore the elephant in the lab. Are we playing Frankenstein? Building brains without bodies, pushing biology into uncharted territory. Some worry this is hubris, not curiosity. Others argue it's the next step in evolution. Life without flesh. Is this science pushing boundaries or rewriting them entirely? DishBrain learns faster than us. In hours, it showed improvements that take babies weeks. That's because brain cells aren't limited by a body. No hunger, no sleep, no distractions. This raw intelligence could one day outrun human cognition. And when it does, who's the teacher then? This is where tech dreams get strange. Imagine fusing DishBrain with AI models. Biological intuition meets machine precision. You'd have a system that not only thinks, but feels, adapts, and improves in real time. That hybrid could make today's AI look like stone tools compared to fire. One of the wildest theories? DishBrain might eventually dream. If it forms memory and patterns, it could simulate scenarios just like human brains do during REM sleep. No one has seen it happen yet, but the idea of dreaming without a mind? That's next level weird. Training machines has always been about software. But what if your next computer was alive? With DishBrain tech, we could train organic computers to handle data, sense emotion, or even react to stress. We'd go from programming machines to raising them like digital children. Nobody knows where this ends. Could DishBrain grow a personality? Could it be put in a robot body? What happens when we have hundreds or millions of these DishBrains? The future of intelligence might not be human or machine, but a fusion of both, born in a Petri dish. We're not just decoding the brain anymore, we're rebuilding it, piece by piece. DishBrain started as an experiment, and now it's rewriting what we thought we knew about life, learning, and maybe even consciousness. So next time someone says, use your brain, just remember, someone's already growing a new one in a lab.